Dear distinguished participants, I express my sincere gratitude for your invitation to IPSPACE 2024, the International Symposium on the Peaceful Use of Space Technology Health. As the president of the Committee on Space Research, COSPAR, I'm honored to be part of the symposium and to speak about scientific research, technological innovations, and space sustainability. I'm going to try to share my slides with you now. And hope that you can see them well. As I said, I have also selected the topic of the conference, and I want to give a small introduction about the global space sector 2024. We are counting now approximately 80 space agencies or space offices worldwide. And there are about 75 countries which do have satellites in orbit. And we have about 16 countries which have capabilities for launching. And on the other side, we also have more than 10,000 satellites in orbit, which support the daily functioning of life on Earth and drive many economic sectors on Earth. But also, we have more than 130 million space debris pieces, which are larger than 1 millimeter. So there are many things which we have to take care of, and science, space research, new technologies, and space sustainability are very strongly tied together. We also see major space blocks, so regional associations, which try, to thrive together. Apart from the European Space Agency, with 22 member states, we also have now an African Space Agency with 55 member states, Latin American and Caribbean Space Agency with 7 member states, the Arab Space Coordination Group with 12 member states, and the Asia Pacific Space Cooperation Organization, APSCO, also supported by China, with 8 members. And we have a lot of recent developments in this new space sector and this new space economy. The space economy is very dynamically evolving, and it will play more and more an important role in our future life on Earth. What we are witnessing is a vibrant public and private space sector investment, and we have also unprecedented entrepreneurial leadership and many new innovative technologies. So we also see increasing participation of commercial space actors worldwide, as well as many emerging space countries, which are really interested. And this all leads to a paradigm shift and somehow disruption in the space sector. And when we look at the predictions of several organizations, particularly the one from the World Economic Forum, the predictions are a global space economy by 2035 valued at $1.8 trillion. So when we also look at the entrepreneurial space age and look in the last 15 years about the investment, we also see very, very interesting trends that many different companies have actually been supported. And I think more than 17 or 1,800 startups have been funded, all over the world, in particular in the US and China. And you can see also here where all the money goes, in particular into application, but also into distribution and infrastructure. And of course, most of it at the moment is in the satellite industry, followed by the launch industry. So space sustainability is a very, very important topic right now, and a topic which is actually discussed at every conference I've been in the last 2 years. So space activities must be conducted in an environmentally sound economically viable, and socially responsible way. And establishing international cooperation frameworks and also considering ethical and cultural aspects, that is something which is really essential for the future. Addressing space sustainability requires rather complex frameworks involving many stakeholders, so not only space agencies. And what we also need is more research and more technology. We need more research, in particular on the life cycle analysis of space missions, on the interconnections in the space sector, and also the decarbonization targets. So the Committee on Space Research was established in 1958 under the International Science Council. And the Committee on Space Research aims to advance scientific research in space on a global scale. And this is the COSPAR world. And you can see here we are all over the world. We have 46 national scientific institution members, 13 international scientific unions, and more than 13,000 associates. And most importantly, COSPAR is covering all space domains. And we work a lot in cooperation with the United Nations. COSPAR has been actually the first organization which was granted an observer status in the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, UN COPOS, and that was in 1962. And today, COSPAR cooperates with UN COPOS on many topics. I will highlight a few: planetary protection, satellite dynamics, space debris, space weather, mission planning, space resources, and we also have a dedicated UN COSPAR Symposium every second year. So one of the topics which is also very important for space sustainability is planetary protection. And planetary protection has many different categories, and those categories reflect the level of interest and also the degree of contamination which can compromise future investigations or the safety of the Earth, so our biosphere. The categories and associated requirements depend on the target body, so which body we are going to, Mars, Enceladus, or the Moon, and also mission type combinations, if it is an orbiter or a lander or a rover. So in this Committee on Planetary Protection, COSPAR, Space Agency, science experts, and UN COPOS are sitting together and trying to create updated policy. And China is an active participant in that. Another really important topic right now is, of course, space weather. We just faced a G5 storm in May 2024. So the COSPAR panel on space weather is an international network, and it is actually also a global hub and hosts the International Space Weather Action Teams, which is a community coordinated collaboration addressing challenges across the entire field of space weather. And also the panel on space weather interfaces very strongly with UN COPOS and works together with the World Meteorological Organization and many other organizations to more or less shape the future of space weather. And what we are discussing also at nearly every conference is that we need talent, because we have a dynamically increasing and growing space sector, and we need a lot of skilled employees. So because the space sector is growing so fast, there's a very high demand for skilled employees, in particular in science and engineering, but also in IT, in artificial intelligence, robotics, and many others. And there is a significant underrepresentation of men and women in STEM professions and also in IT and artificial intelligence. So we have to create a future space workforce which has been educated interdisciplinary with an entrepreneurial spirit and really being forward thinking and of course also team oriented. And this new recruits and also continuous upskilling is essential to support future applications and the space industry right now, and in order to create a lot of innovative space technologies which we need. So talent is a very, very important factor of the further growing and development of the space sector. So COSPAR has a panel on education, and what it does, it is the development of means and media for the encouragement and spread of space-related education, particularly also for teachers. And the COSPAR panel on education has organized professional development and courses since 2012, and which have been benefiting over 300 educators. And the panel also is now creating a space education ambassador schemes to train more educators and also expand training opportunities globally. So that is a very important panel for us, and also at every assembly and every symposium we have a special session on education. And that also includes the panel on capacity building. We have a lot of different capacity building workshops per year, approximately 4 per year all over the world. And there have been until now 43 workshops in 22 developing countries, and more than 1,200 students from 70 countries have participated to those workshops. And we recently held a capacity building workshop in China, and that was on spectroscopy, the new area of high resolution X-ray. And we hope that we will come back and do more workshops and the education activities in China. So I come now to the space exploration market and just want to show how dynamic the space exploration market is. This is a plot from Euroconsult, which is actually now called Novaspace, a new company which has merged. And you can see this amazing increase of space missions into our solar system. You can see this boost of missions into the lunar environment, cislunar, and landing actually on the moon. And so we are living in a very, very dynamic era, and China is a big player in this space exploration market. And when you see how many missions are actually planned to the moon and to the cislunar environment in the next 10 years, you really have also to think already about responsible space exploration. And there are many different organizations, and in many also China is participating in order to really help with space sustainability of the lunar environment. There is the global expert group GIXLA, which has been really looking at many different aspects, in particular on the sustainable management of lunar natural and cultural heritage. And of course, also UN COPUS, the Science and Technical Subcommittee, is looking in detail on space sustainability, in particular also for the moon. The United States Novel Space Activities Authorization and Supervision Framework was published in December 23. We have also a panel on exploration of COSPAR, and we have the Global Future Council on the Future of Space of the World Economic Forum, which is looking at space sustainability, the Secure World Foundation, the Académie de l'Air d'Espace in France, and many, many, many others. There are many working groups in order to look into the future so that we really can continue this very fast growing space exploration, that we can do our space activities responsibly. And then I think it is very important always to remember that space is a crucial asset in protecting the Earth, in particular through Earth observation, disaster management, and many other applications of space data. And we should never forget that actually space has a direct or indirect role in all the sustainable development goals of the United Nations, be it zero hunger, be it climate actions. There are so many goals where space data really provide important contributions. So at the end, I would like to invite you to the 6th COSPAR Symposium in 2025, which will be in November in Nicosia in Cyprus. Very nice temperature. And it is a symposium on humanity's challenges and celestial solutions, very broad, looking also at many, many different aspects, including artificial intelligence, but also human spaceflight. And of course, I also want to invite you in 2026 and hope to see you in Florence, where we are hosting the 46th Scientific Assembly, COSPAR 2026. I wish you a great symposium and thank you very much for your attention. I'm going to stop sharing, and I hope that I've given you a small overview about the important topic of this symposium on scientific research, technological innovations, and of course also space sustainability, a very, very important topic. And I hope that you also understand a little bit what we are doing at COSPAR, and that we are very honored in order to work with IPSPACE. And we wish you a great conference, IPSPACE 2024. Thank you very much.